Hey guys, today I have made some plans or proposals for the Belgrade Metro, and if I met and some major cities have metros, which are like London in Britain, Paris in France, Moscow in Russia, Berlin in Germany, and New York City in the United States, or the USA, which is the largest city in America. And the reason was because I've been hearing some news about the construction being started in the late 2000 or 2021. Just made a tiny mistake, but don't mind about this. And even Serbia's neighboring countries have metros, which are like Budapest, which has 4 lines, and Bucharest, which its fifth line is under construction, and Bulgaria, which jumped from just having 2 lines to a whopping 4 lines. But anyway, let's talk about the proposals that I've made, the maps, the lines, and the stations. So, without further ado, here we go. Candidate A is a redesign of the 1976 metro plan, and it's also combined with Filip Cakic, who's a Behance user. It was combined by his own metro map plan of Belgrade, and which has rounder edges, And I have just combined those two maps. Oh, sorry, I accidentally dropped my phone. Sorry about the tilting. And that's how it looks like. And the first line goes from Galenica to Mali Mokri Lug. The second line goes from Dorčel to Braći The third line goes from Ovča to Ostružnica. The fourth line from the airport and to Jainci. It is in fact Jainci. And the fifth line goes from Zemun Polje to Vinča. The sixth line from Veliko Selo to Kneževac. The seventh line from to Kneževac for some reason. From Kneževac and to Dorčel. And the eighth line goes from Zemun Polje to the Hippodrome of Belgrade. And I thought my phone was going to turn off. And let's move on to candidate B. Candidate B is a Reddit redesign of a Belgrade metro map. And let me tell you about the lines. At first, I've just combined the second, fifth, seventh, and eighth lines colors, then combined them with the Reddit metro map of Belgrade, and that's how it looks like. And let me tell you the stations. The first line goes from Altina to Sunčana Padina. The second line goes from Petlovo Brdo to Borča. The third line goes from the airport to Kaluđerica, and the fourth line goes from Vidikovac to Ustanička. That was short, And also, that's how the candidate B looks like. And let's move on to candidate C. Candidate C is a redesign of the Belgrade light rail metro map. Even though it has a few stations here and there, I tried to make it a bit more modern by placing the Boulevard Kralja Aleksandra line, or the central line, going underground instead of resurfacing at Gera, which is my station near my home. But okay, let me tell you how I just combined the Behance user's Belgrade metro plan, and then combined it with the Belem, or that's an acronym for the Belgrade Light Rail Metro, and then combined them into one, and that's how it looks like, as always. And let me tell you about the lines. The central line goes from Tvornička to Tvornička Street to Ustanička Street. The Vračar line goes from Pravni Fakultet, should have been Tashmaiden, to Hippodrome at Topčider. And also, the Sava line goes from Proletarski Solidarnosti to Požeška ulica. And that's how the candidate C looks like. And now let's move on to candidate D. Candidate D is a redesign on the current plan of the Belgrade Metro, which has the Manej station being renamed to Slavia because Manej Park is near Slavia, and the lines are combined with the Rome metro colors and with a dash of yellow, well, like in a condiment or something. And here's how they look like. Oh yeah, that's how it looks like anyway. The first line goes from Makiš to Mirjevo. The second line goes from Mirjevo to Zemun, to a station at Zemun. Oh, and the new third line goes from Block 61 to Banjica, and the fourth line goes from Block 42 to Banjica again. And let's move on to the last candidate called Candidate E. Candidate E is a redesign of the 1968 plan of the Belgrade Metro, and it has blue and green, which is now lighter, and the orange color, similar to the Rome Metro colors. Okay, and anyway, let's move on to the stations. The first line goes from Zemun Gornji Grad, and then goes to across Ušće, which has been formerly Stari Sajam, then goes through instead of Savski Most and Terazije, it is now Savski Venac or Savski Trg and Trg Republike. Then goes across the boulevard of King Alexander. And Katakovska is now Skupština, Bregalnička dispenser are now Djeram and Leon. And the second line goes from Višnjički Put to Čukarica, and the third line goes from Kalemegdan to Banjica. And that's my candidate E. So, which of those metro lines would you think would be the best to suit Belgrade? Sorry about the really long video, but I had to explain all the maps. Oh, and also, I hope you guys like this video. This is my usual outro. I hope you guys like this video. Write down in the comments and like my videos, and be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more awesome videos to come. See you.